Hi girls, today I'm going to explain for loop in C. In my last class I explained you what is while loop. This is the second type of loop, for loop in C. This is also called iteration. The syntax of the for loop is, for is the keyword. Here the initialization, the first one is the initialization, first part. The second part is the condition checking, and the third one is the increment. This is set of statements to be executed. Here in this example, in the syntax you can see that there is no semicolon in the end of the for loop. So you no need to put semicolon at the end of the for loop here, because the statements are, if the condition is true, the body of the for loop will be executed. So you don't put semicolon here. This is one of the important thing you have to keep in your mind. Okay. In this example program, the program will print 10 times the hello word starting from 0. The value of I is 0 first, and then this is the first part. The second part is the condition checking. 0 less than 10, yes, 0 is less than 10, the condition true. At the second part, if the condition is true, it enter into the body of the loop. It process the set of commands within the curly braces, and after this statement is finished, it go back to the third part, the increment. Okay, so increment this I value I equal to I plus 1. That means the value of I here is the first iteration. The value of the I is 0. So here I equal to I plus 1 means 0 plus 1, 1. So now the second iteration will start with the value of I is equal to 1, and then the condition check. Again, if the condition is true, it enter into the body of the loop, and it process the set of instructions within the curly braces, and then it go to the increment. Okay, if the condition is false, it does not enter into the body of the loop. It come out of the curly brace. The next statement what is present here will be executed. Okay, so this is the concept of the for loop. This is the pictorial representation of for loop, how it will be executed. Okay, the first step is initialization. Here the number 1 represent initialize the value of 1 to variable I. So the second step is the condition checking. If the condition is false, it will be go out of the loop. That means the direction shown here, this the red line, it go out of the loop means it go out of the curly brace, and it will execute the statement after the curly brace. Okay, if the condition is false, this will happen. Otherwise, if the condition is true, what will happen? If the condition is true, it enter into the body of the loop, it execute this set of instructions within the curly brace. Okay, so this is the second step. After this statement is executed, the third step is this increment. Increment process will go on. If the after the increment, again the value was rechanged, and it will check the condition again. Okay, after the increment, it will again check the condition. If the condition is true, it will enter into the body of the loop. If the condition is false, it will go out of the loop. This is the process of the for loop. So this is also a detailed representation of the working of the for loop. Again, the same explanation only I am going to explain here. And the first one is the initialization, and then the condition and the updation or the increment. This is the body of the loop, the statement to be executed or placed between the curly braces. Okay, so here the first step is the initialization. The second step is the condition checking. If the condition is true, the third step will happen. If the condition is true, it will go inside the body of the loop and execute the set of statements inside the body of the loop, and then after this statements are executed, it will go back to the increment or updation. The increment will happen. Again, the sixth step is the condition is checked again. If the condition is true, it will enter into the body of the loop for the fourth step. If the condition is false, it will go out of the loop. This is the seventh step. Out of the loop means what the statement after the end of the curly brace of the for loop. Okay, so this is the working principle of the for loop in C. So this is the three part in the for loop. The first one is initialization, the second part is the condition, the third part may be an increment or decrement part. So this is the flowchart of the for loop, how the processing will be done. So initialization is first happen, and then the second part is the condition. If the condition is true, it will enter into the body of the loop, that is the set of statements within the curly brace, and then it go back to the condition second time. after it increment, it go back to the condition for second time. Again the condition is true, it will go inside the body of the loop and execute the statements, and let's go to the increment path, and again the condition is checked. If the condition is fail, it will go to the end of the loop. That means out of the curly brace, the next statement will be executed in the for loop. So this is the example program of factorial of n numbers. Factorial of n numbers means if you give an input as 3, 1 into 2 into 3, the multiplication of the series of numbers will be displayed as the final result. So here within the main function, I declare a 3 variable I, fact and n. Here you have to give the initial value of the fact, because for multiplication, if you don't give this initialization, it will automatically register the value 0 for this variable, because the automatic variable always initialize with 0. So you have to mention this initialization for the multiplication of numbers here. So scanf function is to read the number of values to be multiplied, that is the factorial of n numbers. If in this example I am going to give the 3 as the input, so 1 into 2 into 3, 6 will be the output of the program here. So this is the for loop. I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to 1, n means here I am going to give the input 3. So inside the body of the loop, fact equal to fact into I. After the loop is finished, the output is printed by using this statement. Factorial is %d is for integer, and the output is stored in the variable fact. Here this is the final result is stored in the variable fact, so I have to mention this variable. Okay, so this is the concept of the program. Now I am going to explain the step-by-step process of the 3 iteration. In the first iteration, the value of fact is variable. The value of variable fact is 1. I give the input as 3, n is equal to 3. So the first part is the initialization part. The second one is the condition. Here the value of I is 1, 1 less than or equal to 3. N means the value of 3 is assigned to the variable n. So 1 less than or equal to 1 less than or equal to 3. Condition is checked. If the condition is true, yes, this condition is true, so it enters into the body of the loop. Inside the body of the loop, the statement is fact equal to fact int I. This statement is processed. The value of fact is also 1, I is also 1. So 1 into 1, the value of fact is 1 is assigned here. So after this statement, it go back to the increment. The value of the I is 1. So I plus plus means I equal to I plus 1. So the value of I is rearranged to 2. So this is the second iteration. So now in the second iteration, the value of I is rechanged into 2. The fact is 1 here, n is 3 always, because in this program I am going to multiply 1 into 2 into 3 only. So here the condition is again checked. 2 less than or equal to 3, yes, the condition is true, so it's entered into body of the loop. Here in this body of the loop, the value of fact is equal to 1, the value of I is equal to 2, the value of I is equal to 2, the value of fact is equal to 1. So these two values are multiplied. The final value 2 is stored in the fact. So the value is reassigned to 2 here, and then after this statement, the increment will be happen. I is equal to I plus 1. Here the value of I is 2, so 2 plus 1, 3. So this is the third iteration. In the third iteration, the value of fact is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, I is equal to 3. Here the condition is checked. This is the condition checking part. 3 less than or equal to 3. The 3 is not less than, but it is equal to 3, so the condition is true, so it entered into the body of the loop. Again the statement is fact equal to fact into I. The value of fact is 2, the value of I is 3, 2 into 3, 6 is stored in the variable fact. After this statement, it go back to the increment, it increment the value of I. The value of I is 3, so 3 plus 1, 4 is stored in the I. Here the value of fact is 6, the final result is 6. 6 is stored in the fact, n is 3. So here the fourth iteration, the value of I is the 4 is rearranged. The condition is checking here, 4 less than or equal to 3. No, it's not, it is false, so it does not enter the body of loop. It go back to the statement next to the curly brace. The statement is printed %d fact. The value of fact is 6. So the 6 value is printed in the screen, and it will stop the execution of the program. Okay, so this is the step-by-step process of the for loop. I think you people understand. Okay girls, thank you.